Well, good morning and welcome to Wednesday Night Recap. Once again, it's been a while since we've done one, and it's always something circumstantial. Either I'm traveling or, in today's case, Pastor Hans isn't here. That's all we have is an empty chair. And so, anyways, we're gonna try to finagle this into a different kind of schedule where we can definitely have something to share with you every Thursday morning at the latest. So last night we covered two lessons. We finished up the purpose of the church, and then we also looked at the divinely called ministry. And just for today, we're not going to go into a lot of detail on the ministry end of it, but talking about the purpose of the church, there's three primary purposes of the church. And obviously the first one starts with the Great Commission. Mm-hmm. And that is preaching the gospel, telling people how to be saved, how to get them into heaven. That is one of the purposes of the church. The second one was worship.
Oh, yeah.
Ministry to God.
Yes.
I was just testing you. Yeah. Ministry to God through worship. And again, with the reminder that worship isn't just singing songs. Mm-hmm. And then the third one, you remember that one? I'm just testing you. Again. No, that's okay. Building up the body of saints. Mm-hmm. So the reason we come together is so that we can grow together. And each one of those is so vital.
And you talked about the part of that one is that you don't know if that can be done virtually.
Yeah, I don't think it can.
No, I don't think it can. I mean, you can get by for certain things, but we weren't meant to be Lone Rangers, and we need each other.
And folks, you probably wouldn't know this, but during the shutdown, we had to go virtual. And then after that, every church expert out there who had a blog or some kind of YouTube video would talk about the future of the church is going to be digital. Mm-hmm. It's going to be virtual. And so now we're back meeting together. If you remember, we're heading into March here. It is the second anniversary of the start of the pandemic and the shutdowns and lockdowns and all that. And now all those same people are throwing their blog information out and social media advice saying that the church will never be successful digitally. Right. It's like, whichever way the wind blows, all these experts are telling us you need to get used to this because this is how we're going to do church. Right. And I just want to suggest that you really don't have church unless you look at the New Testament church. Right. From the book of Acts.
Because church is what?
It's us.
It's the people.
Yeah, it's us. How about that Greek word, ecclesia?
Yes. Yeah.
You got your thinking cap on?
Yeah, I'm trying. Called out.
Hey guys, okay. I was going to say he's 3 for 3. No, ecclesia means the called out ones. And prior to that term being found in New Testament scripture, the Old Testament group of people was called ecclesia, the Jews wandering through the desert, all then. Eventually, during Jesus' time, a gathering of Jews would meet in what was known as a synagogue. There were synagogues in Jesus' day, and the word for synagogue in the Greek is synagoge. It's really close, and it just means assembly. It means a group of people. It could be a civic group. And so it's kind of interesting. The Old Testament uses a word similar to ecclesia, and then classical term is synagogue, and then in the New Testament it's called the ecclesia again. We're the called out ones, called out from, I suppose, from among the world.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And called together. And so we really need each other. And that's what's sadly lacking as I look over what's happening around the world, not just the United States, is that people are not coming together to the degree that they were before.
That's right.
Before the pandemic.
Yeah, which is a third?
Yeah, it seems to be a third. No matter who I talk to, West Coast pastors, Midwest pastors, non-Assembly of God pastors, it doesn't seem to matter. That's a third of the church has disappeared. Yeah. And we really need to come back together.
I remember you sent us a picture, probably even a couple of years ago. I don't know if it was in Bangladesh or whatever, but it was the church in that city, and it was them under a tree. Oh, yeah. It was just a group of people there and being taught. Yeah. And it's not the building, but we need to be together. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the house that we choose to be in, but it's a pandemic all on its own, kind of.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how we come out of this. But I do know this, we as a church need to keep doing the same three things over and over and over. And that is, and I'm going to flip the order this time: worshiping God, We need to worship God. That's good for us as well as a blessing to Him. We need to be involved in evangelism.
Absolutely.
Because the reality is, the 1/3 of people who stop coming to church may never come back to church. I don't think they're holding back because of a fear of COVID. I think they've established some less than healthy habits. The laziness and whatever, different schedule, different level of priorities. And so if they're not coming back and we want to build the church, then we need to go out and get people saved.
That's right.
So it is kind of exciting. I'm not concerned about it at all, because I know that God is bigger. Right. I know that God has a plan. Right. So anyways, hopefully next week we'll be more on time and we'll get this out to you. And until then, a reminder that this weekend is our missions convention. In the morning, we have Reverend Greg Beggs, grew up in Tanzania. He'll be with us in the morning, and then he'll share briefly at night after our international banquet. I have to give a plug for the food, okay? Please come, and please bring something ethnic. And if you can't, bring something American, like Royal Farms chicken would be really good. Fried chicken always works. So hope to see you this weekend. God bless and have a great afternoon.